Welcome to Detonation Point. I'm your host, Matt O'Neill. I was with the U.S. Secret Service for 25 years and retired as the Deputy Special Agent in charge of the Cyber Operations part of the Criminal Investigative Division. In Detonation Point, I'm going inside the fight against cybercrime, hearing directly from defenders in government, infrastructure, and enterprise who are racing to stay ahead, because cybercrime isn't slowing down, and neither can we. Welcome to Detonation Point, presented by Elastio. Welcome back to Detonation Point, presented by Elastio. I'm honored to have as our first reoccurring guest, officially, Mr. Hieu Ngo. Hieu, thanks for joining us again, my friend.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
Yeah. So the last time we talked a lot about how we knew each other and all that stuff. Great. But you are the go-to person, in my view, for understanding current trends in financial crime, cybercrime, and emerging trends, things that we should be worried about as a group. So let's start with the current landscape. Last time we talked, it was a lot about pig butchering and scam factories, primarily in Southeast Asia, but we saw a big takedown in South Africa, and it seems to be growing internationally. So let's start there. Like, what is the current state of play when it comes to all these scam factories?
Yeah. The emerging trending there's the scam factory or the scam canvas that's as we know, they kind of try to move out of Cambodia, and a lot of my whistleblower they share with me that they're about to move to Sri Lanka, to move to India, even like Belarus, and some of them they told me they moved to Indonesia as well, because Cambodia is kind of been on the headlines, on the kind of breaking news all the time. So that's why a lot of attention to them, and they've been moving around. And of course, still some of the scam compound they hide themselves in the casino. Even one of them, they hide themselves in the restaurant. One of my whistleblower, he shared with me the location and the picture that they kind of temporarily hanging around at the restaurant and working over there to do money laundering and also doing scam. But the thing is nowadays is when we talk about like scam compounds, it's not really about scam only. To me, it's kind of a modern cybercrime factory. They do everything. They do scam. Before, very popular romance scam, right? But nowadays they do phishing, they do ransom, they do extortion, they do malware. I mean, they do anything, whatever online, and they recruit like Chinese hackers and build a tool for them. That's one of the things that I've been fighting and kind of investigate a lot about this group of people behind the kind of behind the scene, and that's one of them kind of keep me busy and headaches every day to just to look for those who create phishing templates and malware banking application targeting, especially they targeting like Android user, and they targeting like globally. Like I saw the victims even in Brazil, in Peru, in Mexico, in some of them even like Korea as well, and of course in Vietnam, in Indonesia, Philippines, and so on. So like they kind of like expanding their skill and their tools to be able to keep them going and make money. I mean, they use anything that not only about scam, but anything related to cybercrime, and very very professional though, straight up. One of the things that I see is on the race, they kind of concerned about the things like as we know, right? Cambodia and Myanmar being kind of in on the breaking news and headlines all the time. That's why a lot of attention to them and a lot of crackdown, a lot of kind of chaos that's been going on, and they've been running around. Some of them they even hide themselves in the restaurant. And one of my whistleblower he sent to me the picture and the location of the restaurant they hide over there at the kitchen and to work and to do romance scam. And another one they told me they planning to move to Sri Lanka, to move to Belarus, Indonesia, and even like India as well. So it's kind of like they try to big the next country they try to relocate themselves, and it's been like a chaos that's been going on right now at the moment in Cambodia, technically.
Okay.
Right.
So going back to like the very, very basics, first question I think most people would want to know is let's take pig butchering. Let's break that down real quick. Last year, it was massive in reporting. Is it still the preeminent problem coming out of these factories? Because you said that they're doing malwares, phishing, sextortion, ransomware.
Yeah.
We knew that that was a matter of time. You've created a business model. You can create lines of business. Is pig butchering
Yeah.
still number one?
Of course.
Okay.
But butchery is still number one for them.
Okay.
That's still number one income.
Who, to your knowledge, is running? So, like, from if I put my old hat on, like, where's the money going? And are all of these factories interconnected to each other, or are there like rival groups? Like, oh, Matt's got his scam factory,
Yeah.
Hugh's got his. Like, walk me through, like, as if I'm 7 years old.
Yeah.
Who's running these things?
Many of them right now at the moment is running behind by Chinese mobster.
Okay.
And a few of them, kind of from the Chinese, and some of them they are Japanese as well. And they're not really competing with each other though. Like they even like kind of exchange the people. Like like one of the employees they're so lazy couldn't work, they sell it. They exchange each other. And
Oh, wow.
some of the thing that I just got this information from my whistleblower that the ransom money, like if you want to get out and be free out of that scam center, your family have to pay up to 50,000 USD. And
Okay.
many of them, they couldn't afford it.
Right.
And a lot of them couldn't make money for them. First, they may be lazy or they don't know how to do the work or they don't want to do it. They
Mm-hmm.
got beaten up, they got whatever. So nowadays, like they sell them to Myanmar, kind of like heavy labor work station over there. Like
Oh my
like
gosh.
they
Like
doing,
a
yeah,
work camp, like manual labor.
yeah, right.
Oof.
Labor work. You
Yeah.
don't need to
Yeah.
use computer anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Just a
they
hammer.
send you over there. Right.
Okay.
They send you over
Yep.
there, like they sell you to those people. And
Oh my
just last
gosh.
week, five Vietnamese people that I know, they got sent sold to the work labels, Cali in Myanmar. And
And it's against their will, right? I mean, they're slaves, basically, is what you're
right,
saying.
they slave,
Yeah.
modern slave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And talking about the money, right? Of course, money coming everywhere in the world, and each group they targeting different region. Like the one I've been monitoring, they targeting Australian people, they targeting Vietnamese, and also like Vietnamese American people. So they targeting those people, and usually they lure them by romance scam, lure into like fake crypto investment platform. And a
Yep.
lot of them, to be honest, they don't know about crypto, they
Mm-hmm.
don't know about Bitcoin, whatever. So many of them, they just follow the advice from the scammer, and eventually, the money when it hit the bank account, normally, like it got laundry instantly in real time. And this is where we're talking about we're talking about the technical side, about the kind of like EKYC or the biometrics bypassing. And these kinds of scam campaign, they hire Chinese hacker to create for them a bypass message, utilize virtual camera, kind of VCAM, this so-called VCAM, to
Okay.
bypass biometrics KYC of the bank. So for instance, right, you just put anything, any material, anything like if that bank account that belongs to you, right? And then I can use my own face to authenticate and withdraw the money. So the bank it just kind of like got trick. That thinking, okay, my face is your face,
Oh,
and
at
I am
login
the
time.
owner of the bank. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they using some kind of techniques called the virtual cameras to inject kind of like video injection into the banking application, and that's how they making money. The Chinese hacker they earn 0.1% for each transaction. You imagine
Wow.
they learning more than at one scam center that's also doing money laundering. They every day I saw the money in and out like totally like over at least 7 million USD every
A
day.
day. Wow. In money laundering. So going back to the facial recognition, like sort of defeating the biometric, is that across any device? Could they do that on an Apple or on a Android?
Yeah, they do on depend on the bank though. Like some
Okay.
bank very difficult, they do on Android. Some bank easy, they do on iPhone. But like iPhone normally it must be like iPhone 10,
Hmm.
iPhone X, right? And the version is must be like 16, the iOS version 16. Right,
Okay.
and everything have to be kind. Of course, they have to sell prep, the phone,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Either like Android or on the iOS. But the thing is, one of the thing I just found out just a few months ago that they very advanced in technology and the biometric bypassing that they build in everything on the web. You don't need to get a physical phone, right? You don't need to get a physical phone. Everything is
Yeah.
just on the cloud phone. You can
Wow.
remotely control to a website. So the money laundering or the scam center or even the casino, they just need to obtain the account from the Chinese hacker, and then they can remotely control the cloud phone. Like they don't need to physically own the phone anymore. And then they can inject any bank account information, and you just need to like the first original banking owner picture, the purchase of the bank, and then you just inject into that. After that, everything just automation. And mainly they targeting like banking in Asia.
Okay.
Not really banking in America, I don't see it. In European, I don't see it, but mainly in Asia.
Do they start in Asia and then they work around the world once they get the tradecraft down? Why do you think that they're still in Asia and not in North America or Europe?
They do some banking in Brazil, in Peru as well too.
Okay.
Thailand, Vietnam, India, Indonesia, Philippines, right? A few countries. The thing
Okay.
is not about the bank have weak technology or don't have technology to prevent this. It's
Mhm.
about they don't have good policy.
Hmm.
Right.
Okay.
For instance, right, the bank in America, when you send in like over 10,000, over 1,000, for instance, right, the bank will alert you or
Hmm.
maybe put your money, kind of your transaction on hold, right, or
Yep.
on pending, and
Hmm.
maybe they call you to verify you. It's kind of like go through so many different steps until the money physically or finally get out of your bank account. But in other country, based on my I monitor and been hunting these kinds of threat actor, they know very clearly about these banking industry in that region that don't have good policy. When you leak, well, for instance, right, when you leak send 10,000, the money gone immediately gone. Like
Wow.
without recall or anything like that. It just got nobody
Right.
call you, nothing like that. Right. That's why it's so easy. And the moment the money hit the bank account, within second, the money go to another money laundering service doing specialize into link that money to cryptocurrency like USDT.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said earlier about who's running it, you said it was Chinese mobsters and some Japanese. Is it like the Triad and Yakuza, or
Yeah.
are these not? Oh, it is. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. Some of them they Chinese triad. Some of them they are have criminal background in China, and a few of them they have connection. Kind of like they provide the money for political person in Cambodia or Myanmar, and they can run the scam compound. And a few scam compound also running by businessmen and mainly Chinese people.
So when you talk about how it's moving around the world as well, I could see how from the safety of Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, they can operate. But when Chinese organized crime goes into India, as you said, how does that change the dynamic? Are they welcome or are they leveraging local mobsters from India to sort of like outsource and run it.
Either way, they have to provide the money or collaborate with the the cybercrime group or the mobster in that region. Either way, one
Yeah.
way or another, they have to have connection. If they don't know anybody, I guarantee with you, they don't want to go there. Because they don't have any guarantee or protection at all. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, like if I want to go to somewhere else that kind of like quite risky and I'm doing the bad business, then I have to know somebody over there to help me out and connection and stuff like that for protection and political reason and stuff.
The other thing that really struck me is the collaboration between these groups. And one of the things that when we look at as far as like what's law enforcement and private sector doing, it seems like they're doing a much better job sharing information with each other than we are. Is that a fair statement?
That's true. That's very true, though.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they don't have like legal boundary. They move very fast, though. They
Yes.
have no legal stuff, it's all procedure. They just talk and action.
No worries about borders and like they could just
Right.
pivot quickly.
Technically, it is about money talk in
Yes.
this kinds of cybercrime. It's about
Yeah.
money talk. And when they want to learn about new scam or when they want to hire the hacker, they just pay money. That's all. They don't need to do anything. No NDA agreement or nothing like that.
Right. Yeah. So I'll ask this a two-part question. If you were a U.S. law enforcement, what would you do to try to stop the problem? Second would be is if you were in private industry running like Meta, like what would you do? So let's start with
Right.
U.S. law enforcement, because primarily we have a lot of people from U.S. law enforcement who listen. If you were them, what steps would you be taking to
Yeah.
try to disrupt these groups?
Yep. The the first thing, if I was U.S. law enforcement, the first thing, I will freeze the crypto wallet that they have, and that's the money. When you hit the money, they have no money to be able to maintain.
What exchanges are they using?
Oh yeah, most of them they using Tron, right? They're using Tron,
Tron?
Tether, right?
Okay. Tron and Tether. Okay. And then is the money flows going into like centralized? Because it's hard to like freeze individually, like it's kind of like whack-a-mole. Are they
Yeah.
moving the money into like one account, then they move it into a larger account? Like how is the money flows working where you could basically cast a wide net?
Yeah. That's why like I think I see that the U.S. government have done a very good job though lately. Hit the head of the scam campaign, and one of the biggest heads is the what his name I don't remember, but technically
Yeah.
the Prince Group, right? The
Mhm.
owner of the Prince Group, kind of fees the money like 15 billion something. So basically, this group, this is how they learn. They move around so many thousand and thousand wallets and even sometimes on chain, off chain as well. And they using specialized money laundering service like Hua, Tudao, Simpi, those guarantee service that kind of like an eBay to connect cyber criminal groups with professional providers. Like, for instance, right, you can find out any professional money laundering service over there, any hacking group over there, malware group and stuff like that. It's kind of like eBay marketplace for cyber criminals, uh, like that. And they utilize these kinds of service to move money around and clean money. And they willing to get a cut. For instance, right, one of the money laundering service that I've been monitoring, and they still actively. They've been doing money laundries for every day, over 7 million USD every day. And I got a chance to get into their private groups and collecting a lot of crypto wallets. They have so many crypto wallets, and each of them have like millions and millions USDT over there. So the thing is, like they do money laundering service and they get a cut like 3 to 5%. Depend on how risky of that business. Like for instance, right, Matt running a romance scam. To them, it's a risky business. So they will charge you like 5%. And if I run in a casino, so they will charge me maybe 2%, 3%. That's all. and then
Okay.
that's how they can make money. Like in a cybercrime ecosystem, that each other they help it out and clean the money and build up the economy fair for their wrongdoings.
So when you get in and you're in their private channels and you see those wallets,
Yeah.
do you provide that to Tron, Tether? Do you provide it to anybody? Like, what's the next step, or is it more for intel collections for research
Yeah.
that you're doing yourself?
Kind of more kind of threat intelligence that I been doing every day and contribute to TM Labs.
But to TRM? Okay.
Yeah, TM Labs.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
And TM Labs, they also working working with the U.S. Government as well too. Right
Yes,
again.
that's great. And
Right.
so that's an avenue to stop. So to your point, like that's pretty much all they can do, right? I mean, is freeze the
Right.
money, indict people, unseal the indictments, or not, wait till they
Yeah.
travel if they travel. But generally, these people are being protected by their host governments, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Like for instance, like the owner of Prince Group, like China capture, so U.S. can't touch anything.
It is good to see when large seizures and stuff like that happen. So then I'll even add in a step. If you're a regular consumer, I mean, obviously, like we're not being effective in our outreach and education to consumers about these type of scams because they're still getting scammed. So what's a couple pieces of practical advice that you could give to, the average 65-year-old lady listening to this that is potentially vulnerable?
Yeah, very good question though. And I would love to share about this. Even like I've been sharing this so many times. The first thing is about, slow down on every step that you do online.
Yep.
Anybody that's stranger, like someday you got a text message or a WhatsApp message, for instance, from a stranger, try to be friend with you or try to asking you, like in the wrong name and whatever, kind of like try to lure you and be friend
Hmm.
with you. So, immediately just block the stranger. First of all, we don't know about them. Second, they have a good profile picture, kind of like good looking
Yep.
woman or man.
Guys like us.
Yeah.
They steal our pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, of course. And nowadays, like even like with the AI, it can create a very nice picture of any imaginable picture. And that's why they then use that. Like just last week, one of the victims, she got scammed. She like over 50 years old. She got scammed for 25,000 USD by
Okay.
romance scam. Somebody approached her to WhatsApp with a nice looking kind of like person. And then when she got scammed, she contacted me and asking for help. And then I checked the profile picture. It's generated by AI, actually
Hmm.
by Gemini, right?
Okay.
Google Gemini, because it
Yeah.
have the little Google watermark on the right at the bottom. And then I saw that,
Hmm.
that little diamond Google watermark, Gemini. And I told you, man, this is AI generated picture. So that's one of the things, like AI is kind of getting involved a lot, being abused a lot in
Hmm.
cybercrime market right now. And that's why we need to
Yeah.
slow down on anything. Even somebody call you to FaceTime or video call, asking for money, asking for help, whatever, just turn up the phone. And then you call by regular phone call to the person that you know. You call your friends, you call your family. At least you share your story with them and identify and be calm and, like don't no rush. Kind of like everything nowadays, we don't need to be so hurry for up everything, especially online. Number one thing is about slow down on every
Hmm.
click, every step that you do online. Just be patient, double check everything. And remember, AI is being abused so many in this cybercrime markets that we need to be patient and double check.
Yeah. How much does AI scare you for the future?
To me, it scared me a lot, though, especially for my loved ones. Especially that's the people around my circle. Lots of people they don't know much about technology. The only thing they know is just to know how to use WhatsApp, to
Hmm.
know how to use Facebook. That's all. But now when I give them video call. I remember just last year I did a video call by using deepfake software from the scam compound. And
Yep.
then I got that software and then I impersonate as another person and then I call my mom. So my mom couldn't believe in her eyes, that somebody she know. She thought that someone real. And then she'd been talking like that, like crazy. And then I told her, it's me. That's your son right there. And then
Yeah.
when I turn up, it saw my real face and she couldn't believe it because it looks so real
Yeah.
and very difficult for elderly or older people,
Mm-hmm.
or even like the people don't know much about technology. They couldn't define this is a real picture or real video or not.
Yep.
And nowadays, if you check it out on YouTube, right, or even on Instagram, so many AI generated content, so
Yeah.
many,
It feels like all of it is AI generated content.
a lot, and sometimes it's kind of scary. I have to stop
Yes.
and double check. Is it a real news? Is
Uh-huh.
it come from an official account? If not,
Yeah.
like forget about that. Even that's
Yeah.
maybe some kind of like very good content or so nowadays I just look for official news. I don't read news on Instagram or Facebook
Yeah.
anymore. Like you never know because sometimes it's very difficult to see if it is a real video or a real content or not. So that's why the first thing to do is just double check, kind of like cross check the official newspaper. That's all.
How much should we be blaming Meta and other social media sites and dating sites? How much blame should we put on them for this epidemic of scams?
Yeah. To me, even like Meta, Google, they have done a lot. But the thing is, when I talk to them, right, I understand that because their platform is so huge, very big platform and large user base. So that's why they also apply AI as well to be able to detect scam content, scam profiles. But I think, they will miss a lot, of course, too, because these cyber criminal only try some way, somehow to bypass that. And they have done that. And so one of the things is the platform, they need to take responsibility to input more money to invest into AI
Mm-hmm.
technology to be able to protect their user better. Lots of time, basically now so many AI generated and even like scam profiles everywhere. And the thing is, one of the things that I noticed that cyber criminal they not only using fake profile, but they using real profiles as well
Mm-hmm.
to bypass the security protection or the detection from the platform because they buy the real profile from the people they got hacked, and there is a huge market for that. So that's why most people who got hacked, this platform recently, right? When I got hacked, maybe my Gmail got hacked or my Facebook got hacked. It's very difficult to get recover. And most of the time when you talk to AI support,
Yes.
like it's very rare or maybe 0.1% you will talk to the human support. So
Right.
everything is just AI respond to you and you just try over and over. And the people like who have a busy life and also like they don't know much about technology, they just give up and their
Mm-hmm.
account gone. And the cyber criminal they use that account to scam the people.
Yep.
Right. So that's one of the things. And the second thing that if I have a chance to talk to these big tech company like Google and Meta, basically Meta, by default, like I believe, their fan list should kind of like completely turn off, like completely hidden
Mm-hmm.
by the public because the threat actor they always looking for your kind of like mapping your network
Yes.
infrastructure, your fans, your people, so they can impersonate them and
Right.
scam you. So by default, just you know either like you old, you young, whatever, or you just a kid. By default, the fan list it's just hidden.
Unless you affirmatively, for
Right.
whatever reason, right. Yes.
And number three, every AI generated content, they should be detected better and
Mm-hmm.
consider it is AI generated content. Because
Yes.
a lot of time, I see AI generated content, it couldn't get detected by the platform. And it's still viral and it's
Yep.
still trending. and then people believe that, people share that, and people got scammed. So when somebody like some user, they just got like by accident, that content got pop out on their phone. It should be something you telling them, oh yeah, this is a generated content, you should be aware of that, like pop out into their eyes, this is AI generated content, you are reading this, and be aware of that. Of course, still let the freedom of speech, but the thing, like be kind of aware for the people. This is kind of not human content. It's AI generated.
So if they have trouble identifying AI, how does the average person stand a chance of identifying it?
Very difficult. Average person, basically like my mom, like over 50,
Yeah.
or even like I talked to my aunt and my uncle. They are all like over 40 and 50, and they couldn't define this is the
Yeah.
real or fake picture.
It's to your point earlier about
Very difficult.
going to verified sites and things like that. But the problem is that sometimes
Yeah.
you'll have verified accounts, like the White House the other day, putting out AI videos. It's like,
Right.
I don't know who to trust anymore. Like, it's just crazy
That's true.
what is going on right now. And that's what I'm concerned about.
That's
for
scary.
future.
That's
Yeah.
scary. Yeah.
Future elections are going to be won or lost by AI
Manipulated.
generated
Right.
content. Yeah. No, it's just crazy. It's a crazy time. So we talked about, to a degree, of like if you were Meta or whatever, and then if you were law enforcement, and then also if you were the individual consumer, which is all really, really good content. I wanted to circle back to something you said earlier about ransomware. You
Yeah.
said that these scam groups are doing ransomware. Are they doing ransomware like the Russians are doing ransomware? Or are they doing ransom on people that are
On people.
victimized?
Right.
Okay. When
Yeah.
do you think there's a time where they're going to venture in and we're going to have a whole new rash of ransomware attacks on companies for data exfiltration and things like that?
I believe, anytime soon.
Yeah. Because why wouldn't they?
Right. Because now they have money and they have very good Chinese hacker with them.
Yeah.
So why not? I believe soon. Sooner
Yeah.
or later, I believe. Because they're already doing ransom people in individual.
What about business email compromises? Because if I was running a scam factory and I'm a mobster from China or whatever, and I'm running one, I'm looking at what the biggest losses are globally, and I'm doing that, because why wouldn't you? That's
Right.
where everybody's making the money, and it is business email compromise, crypto investment scams, pig butchering, ransomware, identity theft, and stuff. But specifically as it relates to business email compromise, is that still primarily Black Axe, Yahoo Boys, basically like Nigerian syndicates, or are they getting into that too?
Yeah. At the moment, I don't see that. I don't have a sense that they will go that road.
Okay.
Kind of like they will still doing like romance scam and extortion, doing like ransom, like kind of individual, but maybe in the future businesses as well. But I don't see in that trend or any of my insiders told me about like business email compromise.
Are the money laundering groups, those professional money laundering groups that they're using, are they also laundering money for drugs and for child pornography and for weapons and for everything, or is it primarily financially motivated crimes?
Yeah, anything. Doesn't matter.
Anything. Okay. Yeah, because they don't care, right? And then,
They
as
don't
you
care.
said, they'll take a higher percentage if it's a more dangerous kind of activity.
Yeah, more dangerous, more risky for them.
Yeah. To close, you got any good news for us, Hugh? Like, this has been a very sober.
The good news that we have AI, but the bad news, we also have AI. So I guess like our life kind of more become like more easier, and we do more things right than before with the help of AI.
Yeah.
Sometimes for instance, like Matt, right? When you want to build a website, you just like call AI. Right?
Yes.
Everything is just like AI right now. You just tell the AI, send a prompt, and that's it. But the bad thing is about cybercriminal also using AI.
Yes. Well, and it seems like they're doing a better job, at least from what you've
A
said,
lot better
because
job.
they're doing a better job. And then also, if Meta is trying to use AI to identify AI and it's still failing, the question's going to be: Meta's one of the biggest companies in the world. Are they really making that much of an effort to do it if it's still so much is getting through? You know what I mean? It's like it takes AI to feed AI, but AI is getting through so much and people are getting scammed, but yet they're saying that they're using AI, yet people are getting scammed. Are they using like the janky, crappy AI? like what's going on here? So
maybe not good AI.
yeah, they're using the dollar store. Yeah.
maybe they need to train a better AI models.
Yeah.
The AI model, I never use that. Even they have that. I don't know you use that. Have you ever used it? Meta AI?
No,
They
of course not.
Meta AI.
Yeah, I try to avoid most Meta products wherever I could.
Right.
So the last question for you, and I promise, but yesterday in the news, I don't know if you saw this. So if you didn't, Anthropic is doing battle with the Department of War in the U.S. Did you see the back and forth about basically?
Yeah.
So what's your take on what's going on there?
Oh man, that's something that's I kind of I saw it's happen. It will happen,
Yeah.
and kind of I'm quite shocked about that. When I saw that news, but kind of Anthropic is a good company though. They build very good AI model. Trust me.
So the news was, if anybody didn't listen to it or hear it, was that and when this records, this will be about a week old, but basically Anthropic was saying that the Department of War wanted to basically take off any guardrails for AI and that they wanted to use it for autonomous weapons and they wanted to use it for things that Anthropic didn't feel comfortable about.
I was shocked about that when I saw that news just 3 days ago. But kind of like last year, I was thinking, man, this I build a good AI like this and been used by North Korean hackers, been used by even like Chinese hackers using this to hack all the people. And the other day, you saw the news that Mexican government, right, the tax records also got hacked by the Anthropic, the AI model. And kind of like they build a very strong model. So that's why there's no doubt about that, like the U.S. War Department want completely control that, so a very strong and powerful weapon, I guess.
What's the AI tool that you use? Do you use Claude, ChatGPT?
Claude.
What do you use? Or Claude? Okay.
It's very strong AI model, right?
Okay.
Very advanced.
Is Claude primarily for coding or is it for anything, just like ChatGPT is?
I'm at current for coding. I'm using Claude and and then on the side, when I'm searching for kind of like gathering information, and analyze things on kind of like news and threat intelligence and stuff like that, I'm using ChatGPT.
Okay, all right. Good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not way off. I'm doing the same thing. I just want to make sure that was for me personally, making sure I'm not using that meta AI stuff that's failing on a daily basis. Yeah. Have you used Grok at all? Is Grok any good?
No, to me, no.
Okay.
To me, if you try to research on X platform, then Grok is good.
Yeah.
Because it have their access and data training by using the data, but kind of like in general, to me is very good.
Okay.
Basically the pro version.
So, yeah, definitely the pro version. Well, Hieu, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. It's always a treat to talk to you, and hopefully we'll see you in person in the not too distant future.
I hope so too.
Yes. And say hi to the family for me, my friend, and we will catch up real soon.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And thank you, listeners, for listening to this week's episode of Detonation Point presented by Elastio. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.